I would say only recently would I even dare to call myself an entrepreneur. Like, definitely feeling a lot of that imposter syndrome coming back up right now. It's like, oh,
Right.
I'm an entrepreneur. I'm like,
Right.
because it has a certain like weight to it. I don't know. Like, even though like it's associated with things like ideas or the struggling,
Hmm.
entrepreneur that hasn't quite figured out. Like, there's also, I feel like it's like a bold statement,
Mm.
like I'm someone who's an entrepreneur who's going after like building a business, and people have a lot of mixed, feelings about all that. But for me, being an entrepreneur is just someone who wants to start their own business. There's so many different types of entrepreneurs. It doesn't have to necessarily be building a enterprise company. I think it'd be good to encourage it more. We said society doesn't really encourage like at least kids to, grow up and be entrepreneurs. And I think that entrepreneur is just so misunderstood too. I mean,
Hmm.
like that's kind of
Hmm.
partly why we're doing this
Yep.
podcast too, because there's a certain stereotype, and you immediately think of like, at least I think of like Silicon Valley and
Yeah.
the
All the
work
tech
hard, party
startups.
hard, the meteoric rise, the crash and fall of the IPO, and like we're not
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think of the title of entrepreneur as being someone who just decided to take their own career by the reins. Like they're in charge of it. They are going to dictate how far or where they go. And you're right. It's the side hustles, it's the gigs, it's the freelancers, it's anyone who is doing anything to further their professional journey, whatever that might be.
I think the interesting thing that you touch upon is that being in control of their own destiny and journey, because autonomy is huge. There's no entrepreneurs that don't believe that they can't influence their
Yep.
destiny. And there are plenty of people who don't believe they have that much control over their lives, or,
Mhm.
have kind of a victim mentality, and like they can't change, or they can't do this, or they can't do that. And entrepreneurs in general believe I can do this, I can do that.